I think one has to be very careful of making claims for forms of ancient philosophy that some are more in accord with the spirit of science than others. For in so many ways, science is such a new thing in the world. And I often find that people who make claims for various religions or philosophies of the ancient world as being scientific actually don't know very much about science. So I think we should start in this sort of discussion asking, what is science? First of all, science is a method of description. If we have a form of this kind, a rather wiggly form, as I've sometimes said, the natural world is full of wiggly forms, and science, in dealing with the natural world, is an attempt to describe them exactly. If we describe this particular form poetically, as distinct from exactly, we might say, well, it's like a flame dancing above the fire, burning gas, or something of that kind. But the interest of science is to describe these forms very precisely indeed. And to do so, it employs a method which is fundamentally like this: to superimpose over the form some very simple, regular pattern in terms of which the form can be described. And what we see here is a system of squares which can be described accurately because they can be numbered up and down. And if we were, for example, to fill in the light grey area the squares over which the form passes, we should get a rather rough but still approximate formal equivalent of the original figure. But you notice in the top left-hand corner of the screen that where the squares are drawn much more finely, you get a greater approximation to the original figure. In other words, the whole method of scientific description is one of, shall we say, putting things in boxes. Basically, this is the act of classification, of representing the complex forms of the world in terms of simpler, regular forms that we can understand, regular forms that we can count, measure, classify, and so on. And in this way, we get